No one has participated in more of our history being made than Fred Cunningham. For almost half a century, he served both our leaders and our citizens from various perches in City Hall. When I wanted to know how our city government really works and who our unsung heroes are, he was the man to seek out.
My name is Fred Cunningham, and I've been a resident here, or a member of the City Council and the City Administration since I did an internship in 1952. Over this period of time, I think we've had about 40 different mayors, and I think I work for about 32 or 33 of them, and about 60 council members. You work for the people, you work for the council, you work for the mayor's office, the city manager, and whatever issues come up, if they assign it to you, and you do the best job you can to resolve if there are issues or to educate people relative to how they can do something better. I think you just automatically, as a public servant, you do that. Nothing glamorous about it, you just do it.
How did our city government evolve into what we have today?
From 1914 to 1927, we had about 21 different people serve on the Board of Trustees, and they had a president who was in charge of it. And then in 1928, the state legislature modified the legislation so that cities, six-class cities that we were in, could become mayor-council cities. So in 1928, the treasurer of the trustees became the mayor, and the other members were council members. Then now you have a city council, and they rotate the mayor each year, and the odd years they elect 3, and then the other time they elect 2 people, and they set policy, and then the city managers to carry out that policy. I think all of them did an outstanding job. They really cared. Like I was mentioned earlier, they didn't get paid anything, but out of their love and devotion to the city.
Who was our longest serving mayor?
Ed Spence. Well, he was a civil engineer and an entrepreneur, and he served on the Board of Trustees and then on the City Council from 1928 to 1941, and then he served as mayor from 33 to 41. And he was 5 years as a trustee, so he had a total then of 13 years in the council and 8 years as a mayor. So he had the longest tenure of anybody that I could. Now, Vicki Reynolds served 3 different terms as mayor, and Tom Levin did the same. Phyllis Seaton served on the Board of Education for 4 years, and then in 1970 she ran for the city council and was mayor 73, 74. And she broke that glass barrier, and like I say, I think there's been 9 ladies that have been elected to the council, and the dedication that the commissioners have had to me is absolutely remarkable. And particularly one like Marilee Goldman, who served 9 years on the council, and she was mayor twice, but she served 10 years on the Architectural Commission, 8 years on the Planning Commission, 9 years in the 27 years of her life, no compensation, it's just she felt an obligation to her community. And so many of these people have been that way.
Can you tell me how we got this wonderful civic center?
And the City Hall was built in 1932. And the capacity there, as we got into a modern period, just couldn't handle the police. It was built for 40 police officers and the staff down there. Now there are, 200 and some. And they couldn't accommodate it at City Hall. Expansion program for the Civic Center development, which started in '83 and was completed in 1990, where we had a new police facility, we had a new fire department, and the library, which was just packed. They remodeled that and expanded upon it. You got a marvelous library, I think, a cultural center there that is just so exciting. It's really the intellectual citadel of the city that the people can be proud of. It really is a wonderful, wonderful addition that every city should have, and a lot of cities don't have. Television came to Beverly Hills in 1971. Once we got that going, then we started doing a lot of programs. But in '78, Joe Tillum's installation was the first program on the City Channel. City Hall is really, I think, a pretty open form of government that they're not sealed off like a larger city. And I think people can get their concerns or desires or interests answered very quickly. I found it to be a very positive and enriching city to work for. I went to work every day and loved it because it was everything. It's an exciting environment here, and the councils have been really supportive and terrific. It's been a great experience for me.